Okay, welcome everyone. We will start. I welcome you to the seminar. We will discuss video generation and we will go through some tools and some foundation of how to create videos with Gen AI. I have a little bit of cold, so sorry for my voice, and maybe we will have a 5 minute break in the middle for me to drink hot tea, but I think we will be able to make it quite well. So my name is Nikolai. I'm founder and CEO of Hyperscale and Advancium. We build educational products with AI. Hyperscale is a platform for programming language learning, and Advancium is our new product to actually experiment with fully generative and very personalized learning. I'm also a member of Sunday Club, which is AI hacker group from MIT and Harvard, and we hack every week on newest AI technology. And I will cover today some basics of generative AI video models, how they work, what exists today, and so on. I will also show you some tools like Sora, Hailuo, and Heijen, and give you some guidance on how to get started today, how to generate better videos, some tips and tricks, and so on. Please ask questions here in Zoom in Q&A, and I will answer them, like most of them or all of them, either like in between sections or like when it will be appropriate. So I will show you some examples of what we will be talking about. I hope it works. Yeah. So we'll talk about generating video, like prompts, like video files, which looks like this. So this is Sora, I think. This is also Sora. And it's an interesting and useful thing to learn. Like most of AI video, like video gen products, they show you the prompt, so you can see the prompt which people use to generate this kind of video. So it's like a cozy, inviting ramen stall in the middle of Siberia during a blizzard, which looks like it. There are some other videos, so it's fully generated based on a text prompt, not by me, but it's like others videos. Sora is a main model of OpenAI, like video model of OpenAI. They announced it about a year ago and released in December last year, a few months ago. It works pretty good. So we will walk through it with you later on. Hailuo is a state-of-the-art Chinese model. It's also open weight model, so it's published and it's slightly better than Sora, by my opinion. It can also generate videos based on the prompt. You can see some prompts here. So the shark takes off for a second and explodes in a big explosion. There is other prompt, and they actually used an image to an image prompt with text prompt to generate video based on both text and image. Here, it's a 1917 woman's speakers. It's a little bit off because it's not woman speakers, but just one. It's generated some video. At Heijen, it's a little bit different platform. So it's AI avatars product, they can generate like a speaking head video based on either your avatar or some other person. So this is fully fully artificial me uh, uh, video for one of our AI courses. And I I've just like recorded myself for about 1 minute, and Heijen learned my avatar, and I can generate infinite number of similar videos just using text prompts without recording myself again. So this is examples, and we will do something similar today later on. Main use cases for Gen AI video is I think like a major use case is social media and marketing. It allows for easy creation of social videos like marketing videos, YouTube, TikTok, like Instagram videos. The second major use case is education and training, especially for AI avatars. So there are like a lot of opportunities in using them in like trainings. You can generate like, training materials, like video training materials based on textual like guidelines. And yeah, it's just a way to create a good medium of video learning content, much cheaper and without needing to record it. Third use case is entertainment and media. So we will not cover it in details today, but people are using it for like professional like filmmaking or like production level videos and special effects because it's becoming like much cheaper and much easier and also scalable than create videos by hand with humans. So AI is assisting a lot of video creation in the entertainment industry nowadays. Fourth use case listed here is gaming. So if you can generate a video or some scene based on a text, you can actually generate a game and surrounding like environment of the game using AI. And there are some like game prototypes who are generating it even in real time. It's still like early days for this because it's expensive. You need high compute to generate videos. But yeah, gaming, like AI videos and AI environments for gaming is a huge industry. And art and creativity. So it's basically AI videos are enabling us to be more creative and artistic. So even if you don't know how to draw, how to create videos, you can express yourself with these tools, and it's fascinating. So you can try to imagine something and visualize it just using words, like textual prompts. You can visualize your ideas and dreams in a video and communicate it with outside world. And so it gives you lots of creative power and enables people to create more art, more interesting things. Um, so I already mentioned it, but yeah, why like, people are bothering and why we are talking about generative AI for video creation? It's mostly because it's much cheaper and faster than traditional video production. For traditional video production, you usually need like lots of time, money, technical skills, so it's not easy to create a nice video. So imagine, for example, if you tried to create this kind of video like 4 or 5 years ago, like you needed to find a cat and the hat and record it and edit it and so on. Nowadays, you can just specify a prompt press a button and get this video. So it's like much cheaper, much more agile. You can iterate and you can basically express yourself and create videos much faster, cheaper, and without any special knowledge, special tools, or large budgets. Uh, so reiterating on it, and also on some cons, the process of generating video, because it's cost effective, it's time saving, so it's fast. Like from idea to the video, it takes like a few minutes, not days, not weeks, not years. It's highly customizable, so you can specify exactly what you need. You don't need a like real life cat or like a real life shark in the desert, whatever. Um, it gives you creative freedom. It's very scalable, so you can generate thousands of videos and personalized videos if you'd want, much faster. And also, the videos are quite realistic, so they feel and look like real videos. The cons right now, there are quality limits, so videos are not perfect. Sometimes they're strange, creepy, whatever. So the models are not yet perfect, and probably will not be perfect for the next few years. But they will be much better in just a few months or in a year. Most of the video models we will discuss today are actually they were released during the past, I think, few months. Yeah, Hailuo, I think past half a year, and Sora. So it's a very new stuff, and it will improve a lot. Similarly, as maybe if you use ChatGPT like 2 years ago, it hallucinated a lot, gave you strange answers, and so on. But nowadays, it's much better, much more correct, and there are also other tools like AI-based tools like Perplexity Search and something like that, which people are using daily without thinking about quality of text generation. Same with videos. Even like if some videos are that don't have a good quality right now, they will have better quality in the future. So you can start learning and using them today, so you're equipped with the right skills in the future. One more con is bias. Since this is video models trained on data, there are some biases in the data. And we will talk a little bit about it later also. But you are biased by usually by what exists in the world, and it may be an issue if you do not prompt your video model well. So you will get biased results, like I don't know. Most of like engineers, like if you try to generate an engineer, they are males because it's like a common bias in the training data. So yeah, keep it in mind. And also connected to the issue is that videos which are generated sometimes are too homogenized, like they are average because models are trained on like, lots of human produced videos and animations. When it produces a new video for you, it's average if you do not like specify very like specific details you want. So you can get like biased and average video, and same as sometimes when you read text in the internet right now, you see that this one was written by ChatGPT. The same happens with videos. Like you can see that it's like generated by AI with videos. So it's the same with video, generated by AI because it's kind of average of human like visuals. Also, there are some ethical concerns about IP rights, about biases, also about deepfakes and propaganda, because it's much easier to generate deepfakes right now. And yeah, so it's cons of video generation and AI in general, but AI will stay with us. So we will need to address these ethical concerns. We cannot just shut down all AI models and all AI products. It will not happen. So we need to learn how to live with this and address this. And most of products that which generate video, they do not have audio generation because they focus on video. So you need to, if you need audio, you need to generate it separately and merge like video file and audio file. But HeyGen, for example, like most of avatar products, they do have audio because it's their main use case. But for example, Sora and Hailuo does not generate audio for your videos. They just generate videos. Okay. We'll, I will answer a few questions. Max asked, do you think AI video will be popular this year in the filmmaking industry? Yes, I think so. It's actually already popular and highly used, but on a lower like production level, but mostly as assistants to humans. I've been on South by Southwest conference actually a year ago in March, and there were a keynote from a famous filmmaker, and yeah, they said that they're using AI heavily, and there are specialized like AI products for filmmaking industry. I don't know much about it, so I will not talk about it today. But yeah, I think like even most of like current blockbusters are using AI some sort. Yeah. Uh, Another question: is there a course in Hyperscale Academy which teach how to create videos like that? There is no such course, but I will talk about it today in this webinar, and we'll also tell you about like our AI-related educational projects at the end of the webinar. Now, do the services allow to change part of the video, or do they creating a new video from scratch after your extra prompt that should fix only part? They mostly create new video, but you can also specify an image, and it's. I will also tell a bit about it in further slides. But you can specify an image you want and animate this image, like make it like like your photo, like generate a character and ask like video model to like animate it to do like whatever you want with this character. I think there are Runway actually can edit. So Runway, we will not cover it here like in details, but Runway is another video generation company and models. I think they're focusing on like more like filmmaking actually, where like video editing is important. So they have some tools for this. Are these models small enough to run on a laptop or more powerful gaming PC? No, not yet. Maybe in 3-5 years based on like a model improvement and hardware improvement. But these models are large, usually require a high GPU. Locally, like you can run some image models, like Flux, for example, but you cannot run Hailuo. I think for Hailuo is open weight model, so you can download weights, but it requires like multiple GPUs to run like multiple like high level GPUs, and if you it also it's also a little bit costly right now. So most of tools have some way, like some subscription level, including unlimited. So Hailuo, for example, have unlimited subscription for I think $100 per month, so relatively cheap. But one video generation in terms of compute costs nowadays I think like about 10-20 cents for 5-second video. So you need like high compute to generate videos. Okay, I answered all questions so far. Let's go further. Uh, Now I want to tell you a little bit about basics of like how generative AI video works. Maybe some of this information will not be new based on your questions. Looks like you have um, like good understanding on some parts of it. But I will go through it anyways for those who are more new to this area. So generative AI, as you maybe already know, in 2025, it's kind of scalable intuition. So for there are large language models that create texts that feel like authentically human. And it's basically a smart context-aware autocomplete. So it autocompletes your like sentence, your thoughts. And popular products are ChatGPT and Claude from Anthropic, like Gemini, and DeepSeek is a new Chinese model, which is quite good. And a part of large language models, there are diffusion models, which are also like large neural networks. And diffusion models producing images and videos from short prompts. And popular models and products are Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, which is open weight model. You can download it and run it on your laptop, but it's for images, mostly for images. DALI also for images, and Runway is a video model. So it's kind of separate worlds, but diffusion models and transforming text prompt into video or using some ideas from large language models. And also like multimodal models are existing, which can like operate in both images and text. So they're combining both of these worlds. And diffusion models are relatively new, the same as the transformers and ChatGPT. So it started about 10 years ago, mostly with like research articles about generating images. The generated images were really bad quality. You could not understand what's going on in generated image. And it was mostly a research topic without practical like large practical applications. But in 2021, OpenAI released DALI API, and then in 2022 it was Midjourney, and 2022 also Stable Diffusion, which were first open source, open weight diffusion model to generate images, and this like text to image array exploded after 2022 with like better models, better products. Yeah, nowadays we use products and we see images generated by these models a lot. About 3 years ago, it went from research to mainstream application because image quality and cost improved enough to make it useful. I also would like to note that there is distinction between AI models and AI products. Models is usually like algorithm that generates new content from prompt or any other data, and product is more user-friendly, like web service or app, which use one of or multiple models to deliver this power to users' hands. So, for example, there are models like GPT-4o and o1, but the product is ChatGPT who use these models. Like Hailuo is using Minimax video model. It's their own model, but Hailuo is a product, and like Minimax video is the name of the model. And for example, Meta, they have Llama, like series of Llama models, and Meta AI, they have like a product which gives you opportunity to use this model. for example, but the model itself is llama. So there is some distinction between models and products. So keep it in mind. Yeah, but it's mostly we'll talk about, I think, like some mix of models and products today, because we will not be very technical. We will be more about how to generate like good videos, how to write good prompts for this. So how? Yeah, a few slides about how it technically works. Try to try not to be bored, but it's interesting to understand it, so you understand how simple concepts are transforming into powerful tools. So diffusion models for images, they work quite interestingly. If you have a data set of images and you try to train a model to generate similar images, so like you like scrape internet, like found lots of like terabytes, like petabytes of images, you during the training process you add noise. So given your original image, you are adding more and more noise during each step, and at the end of this process, you have just a noisy image, like random noise, and you train your model to actually denoise an image. So by noise and text prompt to predict what image should be. So what diffusion models and most of video generation models do, they start with they start with random noise and text prompt, and they transform this random noise into better picture, better and better video at every step. So like first step is this one, and like early diffusion models were this kind of quality of images. And like every step, quality improves. And the model, the neural network itself, is an algorithm to transform random noise into meaningful images. That's how diffusion works. That's why it named diffusion. And that's how most of image gen works nowadays. Videos are similar. So if image generation transform noise into nice images, like realistic images, so they denoise the noise. Video models do the same, but for every frame, and also they have some spatial temporal layer to add consistency between frames, because you cannot generate video by generating each frame independently. You need some consistency of like moving objects or things happening in this image. So video generation is kind of similar to image generation, but with temporal dimension and consistency over temporal dimension. Yeah, AI avatars models are usually similar to all other models, but they are specifically trained and fine-tuned for AI avatars of humans. So, for example, you can fine-tune large language models and diffusion models to behave in a way you need. For example, you can fine-tune them using Picasso paintings, and all your images, like generated with this model, will be in a Picasso style. The same with the avatar, so you can like fine-tune on like a specific person, or a specific character, or like more specific use cases, like educational videos, for example, or marketing videos, and your model will work better for this kind of videos, and worse actually for all other videos. Okay. Q&A. Do we have more questions? We don't. Yeah, please ask questions if you have any, and I will answer them once they pop up, but I will go further. Okay, demo time. This is the first demo. I will show you how to generate videos with Sora and Hailuo. So most of video gen tools, they have, you can see it in the bottom of the screen if you can see it. Yeah. The place where you put your prompt, and yeah, and that's all basically. What you put in the prompt matters, and we will talk about it a little bit later. But yeah, you can generate any kind of videos. Meanwhile, you can, using Q&A, you can suggest some ideas for videos. I will use them to generate your videos. But let's say it's puppy runs on field. And we can choose like whether it's vertical square or horizontal video. Like we can choose quality. I will use fastest quality because it's like smaller quality because it's faster. Usually video models are limited, like other than avatars, like Hailuo, Sora, and other similar more creative video models are limited to 5 to 10 seconds videos nowadays. And yeah, you can generate multiple videos. Actually, it helps a lot because the video generation process is not deterministic. It sometimes hallucinates, gives you some strange videos and so on. So you can generate multiple videos at once and pick the one you like. Because usually for one good video, while you're producing one good video, you will produce a dozen of some strange and irrelevant videos. And yeah, we can generate it. Sora does have a storyboard feature. Oh, I haven't used it. Okay, so this video is generating. Meanwhile, I will show you the storyboard. So in storyboard, you can specify a story. So you can build a story using multiple frames. So it's for it's easier like to generate it as a full story in multiple steps. Hailuo doesn't have this feature, but Sora does. Cat swim in an ocean and a dog. I don't know. Let's try to create this kind of video. Okay, I already added it to the queue. Maybe there's a typo. I'm not sure what will happen with the video, but yeah, this is a dog, for example. This is a puppy runs on a field, which were just generated. And for this simple videos, the quality is relatively good. Yeah, there are no hallucinations and puppy runs well. Let's try the same prompt in Hailuo. Let's generate 2 videos. So Hailuo can generate based on image and text prompt or just a text prompt. But if you want to animate something, like if you have your photos or your kids' photos, and you want to generate video based on like on them, you can do it in Hailuo and in many models actually, because to generate video based on an image is an easier task by compute than to generate video from text only. So actually using images as like a first frame for a video it is a way to make generated video better and cheaper and generated faster. Okay, while Hailuo is generating, I will show you the cat swimming in an ocean. So this was a cat swimming in an ocean, and in the second, you can see the issue here. Actually, cat is becoming a dog, or what? Oh no. Yeah, the prompt where cat chases the dog instead of chases the dog. So probably I didn't understand what I meant. Yeah. Let's try chases the dog. And dog chases the dog. Yeah, so this is Hailuo is still generating. Sora is still generating. I will show you Heijan then. So in Heijan, you can create an avatar video, for example, like also landscape or vertical, and you can pick any of existing avatars. They provide you some avatars you can use, or you can upload your short video and they will create an avatar from it, which you can use later on. So for example, this is my two of my avatars, which I created a while back. But for better looking marketing education videos, sometimes you may want to use third-party avatars because, yeah, for example, my video quality and like a variety of videos, and my avatar is much less than, for example, here, this Gala, she has like multiple views from like all the points, so it's like and video will be probably better. So yeah, I can use this avatar and write a script like hello world. Here webinar on AI video generation. Yeah, and it will generate voice based on the text. It will generate video of me speaking these words with lip sync, like with with everything. Yeah, so we can yeah pick resolution and submit. And while it's generating, let's go back to yeah, this is pending. Let's go back to Sora, where we yeah, docs. So the first video we generated has no dog, but the cat actually looks dog-like a little bit. Then, and the second video is interesting. It has dog walking in an ocean, so it's strange. So this kind of results you can expect actually like this kind of results sometimes. So that's why it's important to iterate, like generate multiple versions. Sometimes like, you will get something strange. Sometimes you will get very beautiful, awesome results. Let's see at Hailuo about puppy. Yeah, so puppy runs on a field, smaller puppy. Yeah, the second puppy, this one. Can actually try to create cat swim in an ocean in Hailuo. Close this one. Meanwhile, yeah, Agent is still generating. AI is still generating. I will answer one question, which is here. AI video generation models using LLMs in the background to frame consistency. Not quite. They use like a special attention layers in in video gen models. So it's not particularly LLM, but it's additional layers to ensure this consistency. And also like recent video models are much more complicated, so they're actually not generating a video or an image, but they're generating some internal representation of meaning uh, in the image or in the video, and then they decode this meaning into like regular image and regular video because it's much more efficient to separate this to process instead of generating pixels. It's much more efficient to generate it's like meaning. It's like embedding of in some sense. But these products are using LLMs to improve prompts, for example, sometimes. So when you submit your prompt, some of these models we don't know. Some of these products we don't know how exactly, but they are improving prompts, maybe like elaborating on it. So it's like easier to for video model to generate what you may want. The same way as like ChatGPT, they they can instruct. So after I would say after like raw model, they also like instruct the model to work better for user queries, similar to like what people ask in ChatGPT. Okay, cat swimming in an ocean in Hailuo is still generating, but maybe yeah, avatar in Heijen was generated. I'm not sure you will hear the voice, but let's try. Yeah. So if you haven't heard, then yeah, here I've said like hello world, we have a webinar AI video generation, but in much nicer native English accent. And yeah, yeah, so that's how AI avatars work. So let's see on our cats. Hailuo, yeah, cat is swimming in the ocean. Is not swimming, but it's kind of flying halfway in the ocean water, or it's I don't know, swimming on a shark, like above this water, below this water. Yeah, Hilo does not produce as good results for this kind of prompts. Sora is was better for cats. It's more photorealistic, but sometimes it depends prompts. And in general, people consider Hilo slightly better model than Sora. But everything changes. So they release new versions every week, every month, and it's still uncertain like what model, what product will be the best on the market, even in a few months. But yeah, all of them works similarly. Um, while our last video is generating, a question from Vadim. Is there a tool which generates a short video of highlights from a long recording? For example, you have a 90 minutes football match recording and you want a 3-4 minutes highlights of it. I don't know these tools, but they should exist in some way or another. Probably there are some like prototypes because it seems relatively easy, task easier than to generate like video from textual idea into video. To summarize, like to even video summarize from existing 90 minutes football match, for example, you need to detect what's going on in a video, which is quite easy. So like image and video recognition is much easier than video and image generation. So you need to recognize like what happened. Then using large language models, you need to detect important moments and then maybe like cut some parts which were important. and speed up maybe something and remove some other parts. Yeah, so I don't know any tools, but computationally and scientifically, it should be an easier task. So maybe there are some products like that. Okay, second cut from Hailuo, swimming in an ocean in a slow motion, which is also a little bit strange. Yeah, so Sora did better. Okay, let's go to the presentation. So a few tips and few like ideas how to make your videos better. Actually, like what I showed you, we used just the common sense basic prompts. Sometimes they produced average results, as you saw, but there is a way to produce like much better result if you are willing to put time and effort into it. First, to know common issues, try to avoid it because generative AI is like intuition. So for some task, even human intuition doesn't work well. For example, it's well known that LLMs are bad at math. So they like sometimes cannot compute even like elementary school math. That's because math is not like an intuition part of the brain. It's more about like reasoning. Thinking you need like multiple steps to think. The same for video. For example, images, AI generated images are well known for having lots of fingers and then some strange hands movement. And actually, you can see here that this woman, she has some strange hand at the end, and also her hands are going through each other. And this is one more issue in videos when you have multiple objects. Let's see. Multiple objects like interacting and overlapping with each other, AI models are not yet capable of doing it well. So sometimes like these objects have strange interactions. So for example, this kid is like this kid is playing football here, but other than jumping, you can take a look on like how body interacts with a ball, and it's not non-natural. So like the physics of collision and like ball rolling based on how you kicked it, sometimes models are not capable of doing it well. It will improve, same as in image generation. Like current models, for example, generate much better fingers than a year ago and much better fingers than 2 years ago. It will improve, but keep in mind that if you're trying to generate like some videos, like films of art, you can try to avoid physics or like multiple objects like depending on each other's movement because AI models will probably make a mistake. I think if you generate like hundreds of videos using this prompt, few of them will be good, but it's just harder task for AI model. Maxim asks, is this because there are not enough examples in training? No. No, it's because how these models are designed and work. So there are a lot of physics interactions in training data, but the way the neural net is structured is more similar to human intuition than human reasoning. There are improvements in reasoning models like GPT and DeepSeek are like releasing the reasoning models which are better, but videos and images I think are not there yet. and yeah, just like understanding physics require multi-step thinking, multi-step generation, like maybe more compute. It's harder to train. It's harder to for inference this model. Uh, so yeah, all kind of physics is sometimes off for this model. So for example, here you can see the reflection of the person in a window is different than the person sitting here, and the person in red hat has actually two reflections in a window. So it's yeah, physics is hard for AI video gen. And movements, yeah, yeah, similarly. There is a kite here, but this person is holding it like sometimes like consistency in movement is hard because you need like models need a lot of attention to make it consistent. So if your video story require a lot of attention and thinking how to like combine multiple objects which are shown in the scene. It's just harder task, so AI fails sometimes. So yeah, here like this kid hold it with one hand, and like magically hold it with another hand. Then it just like flies over like behind him or in front of him. Yeah, so like interactions between objects hard. But actually, it's yeah, I think I put some effort in finding this kind of pictures, videos. So some videos, even if you like regenerate it with the same prompt, some videos will be okay. But it's just yeah, risky thing. Like the same as yeah, dog walking on top of an ocean or a lake. Um, um, okay, the next common issue is uncommon situations in training data sets. So this is indeed related to not enough samples in training. So for example, if you will try to generate a full glass of wine, most probably you will fail because most of images on internet, like wherever, are not full glass of wine, um, but half full. So it's very hard, for example, to generate an image of full glass of wine. We will see it in ChatGPT, DALI. Yeah, so this is not full, but it's kind of um, so because training data set, real data set, doesn't contain this kind of glasses of wine, like which are full up to the top, because yeah, like very full, yeah, same. Let's see how ChatGPT will do it. Yeah, so this is an issue. And there are like multiple things like in our life which are rare. Yeah, to the top. Yeah, it could not like fill it to the top because restaurants, like in images, like wherever, uh, full glass of wine looks like this one, not to the top. The same for example, Trump without a suit. Like it's hard to generate, for example, Trump in pajamas or like whatever, because most of images of Trump is without suit. Interestingly enough, sometimes when I try to generate Trump without suit, it like image models rejected this because they thought that like Trump has only suit, and suit means that he's naked, and they like models and don't want to generate like naked people. They have guardrails against it. So yeah, basically, if something happens rarely in our life, our movies or like wherever, you need like additional prompting to make it work. Otherwise, AI like video and image models will stick to average life situations, like half full glass of wines. And also AI, like image generation and video generation, also does not generate good texts and labels and characters. So sometimes it messes up because it also require more attention during the generation process. Models are getting better with it, but still, if you have like labels or signs in your like custom signs in your video, there is a high chance you will get them generated incorrectly. Um, One more question. What are your thoughts on Jan LeCun approach that aims to fix that physics problem, JEPA? I don't have thoughts here. I think like there are like multiple interesting research going on for this, and also I think Google released and they didn't release it, but they released like a new model, and they also released a physics engine for games, but which can be used in AI video generation. So there are some like nice ideas, nice research, but none of them yet are like fully incorporated in products and tools. So it's hard to say, will it like work? Will it work in scale? Like will it produce good results and so on. Um, Let me find this physics engine. I think it was Genesis or something. Okay, yeah, I cannot find it now, but yeah, there will be improvements, definitely. So the same as with like text and image, there are like visible improvements, even like over 1 year. There will be lots of improvements in video generation, and most of these issues will be solved in one way or another in next years. But you should try to avoid them if you like want to like generate video faster, like easier. So for example, if you want to generate a person, you can try to generate them without hands in on a screen. It will be much easier for AI model to generate something reasonably well. Um, okay, let's go further. Hailuo has a very good tutorial on AI prompting for AI video. Sorry. um, um, and it's available in I think Hailuo UI. You can just click when you create a video. No, it's not here. Okay, you can click on this link from the recording or like from the slides. So they have a very good tutorial, and their basic prompt formula, which works both for Hailuo, for Sora, for many video gen models, are like main subject, motion, and scene. So like puppy runs in a park, cat swims in the ocean, something like that. Now, usually like you need to specify main subjects you want to generate and what they do and where they do it. More advanced prompting also contains like camera movement details, so you can specify like for example, the camera maintains fixed shot or camera moves, like moves behind a subject or something like that. So you control the camera, which let's say like generate video, and the camera not generating video, like which films like generated video, whatever. And also a good practice is to specify like aesthetics, atmosphere, so like color tone, for example, or do you want it to be bright or dark? Do you want it to be um, uh, future realistic or like cyberpunk? Like you want like to be other way. It will give you more control on about resulting video. I will click here. Oops. Yeah, I will click here to show you, and so it will also be in the recording. But yeah, I highly recommend you to go through the tutorial, especially like prompting and some examples. Yeah, so there are some examples like how to use them and so forth. Hailuo recently also they launched the feature of subject reference, so you can upload your picture or main subject picture, and not as a first frame, but as a subject, and it will generate a video like better with this subject. You can also like upload like multiple images and so on. They released it about a week ago, so it's a new feature. But overall, like prompting suggestions for videos are similar to prompting suggestions for texts. You need to be specific and detailed. There's many like details and like specific things like you describe, the better will be the video, because otherwise AI will decide on itself, like whether to like show this or that. It's so to get like really what you want, you need to be very specific and like very yeah. detailed. Also, good practice. We already talked about it on the previous slide. Add some style and aesthetic. You can generate videos in like old movies or like in cartoons, like animation or something like that. So you can also play with the style. It's very interesting how like even with characters, like you can upload a picture of your dog and generate a video in some like Picasso, like whatever style of your dog, which will be a video of a dog doing something. So it's very interesting to play with the style, and it's good if you specify the style in your prompt. Yeah, we already covered like about camera and motion details. So it's good to specify like how camera moves if you have any ideas about it and want to move camera. Set mood and tone, so it can be like happy video or sad video or like enthusiastic like person or like sad person. It's well, it's another bullet point here, but anyway, yeah, you can set tone and mood to make your video to reflect like your idea better. You can set references and analogies. For example, you can generate videos like similar to like Terminator movie or similar to some like documentary or so you can provide commonly known references. In this case, your video will be similar to these commonly known references, which may help you. Point 6 here is if you have a complex video of multiple layers, like foreground, for example, and background, and like middle layer. Did I look? No. You can specify them separately. So, for example, we specify the puppy running on a field, but maybe we can like, describe in more details like how what we should like what field is, like what kind of field, or like where geographically it is, like it's Iceland or it's in Africa, so it's kind of different fields. So you can break down your scene to layers and specify more. Usually, people are specifying more about foreground and background. And background is like have errors or blurred or something like that. But if you specify background in more details, you will usually get a more like better picture, image of this. You can also set it's good to set like character actions and emotions. If you like, should it be like happy puppy riding on a field, or sad puppy, or happy cat swimming in an ocean, or person, something like that. You can set lighting and color palette. Like yeah, it's kind of similar to style and aesthetic, but you can also add additional details like this, like the light should, like this part should be light, like this part should be dark, so it's more detailed. Um, Use sequences for complex things. It's similar to uh, Sora feature where you put like a uh, multiple prompts on the storyboard. But you can do it even in a single prompt. For all models, you can like specify like scene one, scene two, and also it's good to specify transition between these scenes. So AI understand like how to make this transition, how to generate this transition. And last but not least, you should iterate and refine. Usually, like first prompt, produce average result. Sometimes it's random, like very few details and so on. I recommend you to try like something, then change the prompt, and then try something else and improve it until you get the video you want. Um, um, Maxim, oh, yes, you have a good question. I think I have it on the next slide. Yeah. So Maxim asked, could we use prompting techniques such as tree of thoughts or reason and act for these models, trying to see how different LLMs from image generation in terms of prompting? Um, you you cannot like use them, or usually you cannot use them specifically on like you mentioned video gen models, but there is a good way to generate good video prompt is to ask ChatGPT or other LLM to generate this prompt for you. ChatGPT even can, let me show you, where is ChatGPT? Uh, so ChatGPT can generate a prompt based like your raw idea. It can generate a prompt with all like necessary components, which you can edit, for example, later on. And you can use chain of thought and any other reasoning tricks on large language models to produce a better video prompt, and then use this video prompt in video gen model. So, for example, yeah, create a hyper-realistic close-up of a full glass of red wine. Wine is deep crimson in color, so like there is a style. Rich texture, background is softly blurred, overall composition emphasized, sure, yeah. Also the style like texture maximum realism. Yeah, and you can actually try it. Let's do two videos. You can try it on both Hailuo and Sora. So while it's generating, I will describe you for a few more ideas about prompting. So yeah, so what I showed you to try to use LLMs to generate better prompts and to refine your prompts because LLMs already know uh, about like video model. So it's within their knowledge about that video models are existing and some like good practices for video models. The same as you can use ChatGPT to improve like prompts for ChatGPT for any other LLM. You can also use ChatGPT or any other LLM to improve video prompt. You can also generate an image first and then generate video based on this image because it's easier to iterate with an image. So for example, if you want like a specific character or specific dog or specific like glass of wine, you can try to generate or Google correct image you want, correct character or correct like background or stuff like that, and then use this image as a reference or as a first frame for your video. In this case, video will be more deterministic and will give you like with higher probability will give you what you wanted. Third one is I already told about it, like try to generate multiple videos with the same prompt because sometimes they're very bad and sometimes they're very good. Especially like if you're generating humans, there's this well-known effect of uncanny valley where like human looks like human but not quite human, and it's scary. So we usually prefer looking either on like very realistic humans or very unrealistic like animation robots or like non-humans. But if video or image is close to the human, but we like not very close, like like sub-realistic, it's creepy, it's scary, and yeah, it's sometimes hard to generate good humans. In this case, yeah, you can try multiple times, like generate multiple videos. Some of them will go to trash, so some of them will be good, and you will use them. Try to remember that you need to like work on a prompt and specify your task, like you want AI to do for you, similarly as you specify the task to a human you hire. So, for example, if you want to produce some video and you hire a person who can do it by like they have tech skills, definitely like for example 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you would not probably specify it in just one abstract line. You will be more detailed. So the same with AI. Like if you specify your task better to AI, AI will deliver you better results. The main difference with human is like you can iterate with AI much faster. So you can like specify a task, see that results are not good and not satisfactory. You can like, change your prompt and so on. So it's how AI is better. And also in most of these tools, you can download raw video you produced, like in the before file, and use it like however you want. So you're not tied to a specific platform, and yeah, that's good thing to know. You can generate video in any platform. Let's see how our glass of wine is looking. So Hailuo, yeah, generated this realistic glass of wine based on the prompt from ChatGPT, which looks nice. Did not generate a second one yet. And Sora generated this hyper-realistic close-up. It's a close-up, yeah. But it's also not full glass of wine, as you can see. It's half full. This one is not even half full. Yeah, because there are only a few full glasses of like, really full glasses of wine in a training data set of humanity. Um, okay, I will demo again because I showed you while I talked. So I think most of what I wanted to show you. But I will answer questions. One more question from Maxim. Do these models have an API? Thinking about getting an embedding for a video for further processing. Some of them do have, some of them don't. Actually, Sora does not have an API. And you can use on Sora only like through the web interface, and also they have a limit in like number of credits, and you cannot buy more credits. Probably they will release API in a few months or so. Hailuo does have an API, so you can actually go to. So Hailuo model is open source, so you can go to replicate which hosts multiple models and use API. It's the technical problem for this webinar, but yeah, you can find few video models on replicate. I think Hailuo themselves, I don't remember, does they provide? I think they don't provide API themselves, but yeah, model is open weight, so other platforms do host this model. Runway has API. HeyGen has API for avatars. Yeah. So most of them do have API, but sometimes like HeyGen does this API for like product API, not like model API. So you can generate like videos with with avatars, but you cannot interact with their models on a lower level, as you may probably want. Okay, if we don't have more, if you have more questions, please write them now. We have about 10 minutes left, but I will go through next steps and then we'll answer more questions if they will arise. So, so yeah, wrap up. So we talked today about like basics of generative AI for video, how to generate video, like how they work, very like approximately. So it was not like very detailed and very correct like description in any way, but it was like kind of to give your understanding of how they work. I showed you some tools like Sora, Hailuo, mostly, and a little bit of HeyGen. There are other tools, but like, Sora and Hailuo are largest nowadays. This field is moving very fast. So in a year, we will probably see more players, companies, products for video generation. And I think it's a good time to start like learning and using them now, because fundamentally, these products kind of similar. So if you know like how to prompt, how to iterate, how to like get result if you like played with it during the weekend, you will be able to produce very good videos later on, and with model improvements, with products improvements, yeah, you will be able to produce stunning videos, exactly what you want. Yeah, and yeah, how to get started today? Basically, you can yeah, this is next slide about. So you can try to use these models for your use cases on your own. Just yeah, open this sites. Most of them have some free tier, or if you have ChatGPT Plus subscription, like Sora has like multiple credits. Hailuo, I think, have credits, and they have also daily free credits, so you can like use it daily. If you want like to use them very intensely, you will need to pay them money because video generation is expensive in terms of compute and GPU. But yeah, to try it out, you don't need to pay to these products. And yeah, try to create like promo videos for your business or like your work, your team, your family. Try to yeah build some personal storytelling or like some like blogging video or like any educational training content, basic ideas which you can start with, or if you have your own ideas, you can start with them. And good tools to try: Sora, Hailuo, and HeyGen. Also, Runway is quite good video model, but they don't have a free tier. Oh, they have a very very limited free tier, much more limited than others. Link is another Chinese video model. It's relatively good. And 11 Labs is actually not video model, but audio, but it's one of the best audio models. So if, for example, you are generating videos without audio, in Sora and Hailuo, you can also generate some narration, for example, in 11 labs, and then merge them together. Yeah, I highly recommend you Hailuo AI tutorial, which is about like prompting like examples how to generate good videos. It's like much more details than we covered today. I think I answered Marco question. Are any of tools free? Yes. So Sora, well, they're not, so all of them have a paid tier, but most of them, and Sora, Hailuo, and HeyGen has a free tier to try it out. And Hailuo you can generate, I think, few, like 3, 4-ish videos per day for free, and more with a subscription. And more about, I will answer more questions in a bit, but the last slide is more about our workshops. We are starting to give more workshops and webinars on AI tools, like how to use AI for your work, for your life, how to do some like routine tasks with AI. And we will have 2 events in February. One is in 2 weeks, which will be also like free webinar, AI-powered communication, how to use AI tools, LLMs, some tips and tricks, and good and bad practices on using AI in mostly like work setting communication, but it's also applicable for for live communication quite well. It will be 1.5 hour webinar, and also later in February we will have 1 or 2 day workshop, which will be a paid event, which will be more hands-on. So I will ask you to like do stuff, and we will have some activities, assignments to do with a feedback from me and other teaching assistants. If you are interested in any of these events, please fill in this registration form and we will get back to you. I think we will open registration for a webinar quite soon, and also to this workshop. But the workshop is more intensive and practice hands-on oriented event where you will need to participate more actively. So yeah, please sign up there if you are ready like to spend multiple hours trying working with these tools. But at the end, you will get like more solid skills and experience with these tools, which is good. Okay, and I will answer the rest of the questions in, I hope, 3 minutes left. To stay on top, do we follow researchers on Twitter or there are other places? Good question. It depends on your like background and current knowledge. So usually like researchers are far ahead, and not far ahead, but a little bit ahead of products. So something what's going on is not in research is for production. But there are multiple newsletters. That's a good question. Yeah, I read like a lot of like different people here and there on Twitter, like LinkedIn, emails, WhatsApp group, WhatsApp groups. Like there are some like specific WhatsApp group. I also like participate in some like hackathon hacker groups to stay on top. I don't know any single source of new information. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, try to follow people on Twitter, and I think LinkedIn is also good for this kind of information. I love Hyperskill. Please add more content for Node.js development. Okay, thanks. I will pass this to my team. We are continuously like creating, improving the content on Hyperskill. Any of those 3? Yeah, okay, any of those 3 I answered. Thanks, Nikolai. Is it possible to receive a nicely designed PDF certificate for participation for this seminar? Maybe. Yeah, I think we can issue a certificate for this webinar. We will discuss it in a team, and it's a good idea. We haven't thought about it. It's a good idea. We will, if we will decide positively, we will let you know, and we will just send out certificates to anybody who was here, because I think like when you registered, we have your email, so we can email your certificate. If you don't need it, you can delete it. If you need it, you will have it. Are there any technical events on AI planned? Um, we are thinking about it. So we in Hyperscale we also do have lots of technical expertise on AI, like how to use AI in products and code, and how to build products like with AI, like how to build agentic systems, and so on. We may have some events on this later on. Meanwhile, we do have a longer like program on which is AI engineer, and so we have I think it's here. Yeah, we have like AI engineer program, which is 6 months, I think. So it's long program. It's really, it requires higher commitment. But basically, in this program, we will teach you like both asynchronously, like and synchronously. So like it's guided program on AI engineering, which is basically a technical aspect of using AI to build AI first products, AI systems. So if you're a technical person or like, so it does require a little bit of technical knowledge. It's not like very advanced, like a technical. So we will teach you some some required basics, but it's programmed for people who want to become like either is technical, are technical, and or would like to put a lot of effort to become a technical person who works with AI. Yeah, so it's called like AI engineer. I think you can Google hyperskill AI engineer, and yeah, you will find it out. This is of course is a program. Yeah, or you can contact our support and we'll send you a link. It's good. The link is programs hyperskill. Okay, we are out of time. Thank you all. Thank you all for participating and questions. Please, yeah, if you are interested in similar topics, fill in this registration form or contact us by any other way, and we will add you to the newsletter and we will send you this information. Yeah, and I hope you will start using it. You will play with AI video gen. It's early days for this industry, but it's fascinating what you can do already like today, and it will be improved. Thank you. Have a nice day, evening, or any other part of the day, depending on where you are. Bye bye.